The NFL made a cartoon, and yes, it's as ridiculous as it sounds.
What's that white stuff?
Let's just jump right into it. Football! We all love football. I love sports, which is why a cartoon about football sounds insanely boring. So how do you turn football
We're gonna have a split safety look, which means you got the entire middle of the field open.
into an action-adventure cartoon? NFL Rush Zone has 65 episodes spread across 3 seasons. This cartoon is mysterious. Season 1 is extremely hard to find unless you search the depths of YouTube. Season 2 is just on YouTube, on the NFL Rush channel, which only has season 2 of NFL Rush, and everything else on there is not even related to NFL Rush. Season 3 is only available on Amazon Prime. And what's weird about Amazon Prime is they labeled season 2 as seasons 1 and 2 and split it up into the first 2 seasons for some reason. And they labeled season 3 as seasons 3 and 4 and split it up. I don't know why they do this. Amazon Prime needs to shut the hell up. The main character is Ish, which is short for Ishmael. And he learns he must protect shards of a power source called the Core. These shards are hidden at the 32 NFL stadiums across the country. And he must protect them from the villainous alien cyborg named Sudden Death. And he has to do this every Sunday while trying not to get caught by his mom. In order to do this, he becomes what's called a Guardian. That's season 1. In season 2, Ish moves from beautiful San Diego, California to Canton, Ohio. That's like the biggest downgrade I've ever heard of in my life. He gains new powers and new friends. Because friendship is what really matters. With these friends, he forms a team. They all become guardians just like Ish is, and they work together to protect the 32 shards, which are now called Megacores, from a new villain called Wildcard. I got all this from Wikipedia. If the Megacores get into the wrong hands, life as we know it, and more importantly, football as we know it, will be over. But who would ever create a cartoon about something as exciting as football?
False start. Offense number 67.
Well, the NFL obviously had a major role in this. That's the only organization that thinks you can make a story out of football. They even had actual real football players voice lines for animated versions of themselves in the cartoon, which that's kind of cool. But it wasn't always the best voice acting because, you know, they're not voice actors, they're football players.
You play football?
Yeah, it's my favorite sport.
That's cool.
Great to meet you, Mr. Johnson.
My pleasure, Ash. So whatever uniform you wear, a players, a cheerleaders, or one of these, remember who you represent.
Alongside the NFL itself, Curious Pictures produced season 1 of NFL Rush Zone. Curious Pictures is known for producing Pee-wee's Playhouse, but only season 1. Elmo's World, again, only season 1. Even Cyber Chase. Oh, but it's just the pilot episode. Why are they only doing season 1 in pilots? That's it. Because they only did season 1 of NFL Rush Zone. But you'll never freaking believe this. Come here. Codename Kids Next Door. They produced the entire thing. Same with Little Einsteins. Team Umizoomi, everything. And that's what killed the company, unfortunately. But you know, that's not a bad track record. So why did they switch to Rollman Entertainment for seasons 2 and 3 of NFL Rush Zone? Rollman is known for basically nothing. Here's the animation in season 1.
You may have gotten to me, but you're not getting my son.
Nothing's happening. What does this mean?
John, I need you to take her to safety.
You got it, OT.
And here's the animation in season 2 when Rollman took over.
Tackle time!
A no-name production company did a better job at animating than the producers of Codename Kid Next Door, Little Einsteins, and Team Umizoomi. Are you kidding me? This is what they're capable of here. I just don't know how did they mess this up this bad? I don't understand. What is a cartoon without the characters? The main character is Ish. According to the Wikipedia, he's a natural born leader. He's 11 years old and he lives with his family because what 11-year-old doesn't live with their family? He is able to manifest power armor, like we're in Fallout 76, he's just pulling it out of nowhere. This power armor has various different magical, surreal abilities, and it consists of a football uniform and a helmet. And he manifests this insane outfit with his NFLR watch, that's what it's called. It's basically just a magical smartwatch. Ish can activate his power armor by shouting, "Boop the like button if you're enjoying this video." That's so weird. I must have accidentally mistyped that while writing the script. I did. That's weird that that's in there. What he really says is,
Enter the rush zone.
And he leads his friends as like the team leader while defending the 32 megacores from Wild Card, the enemy of the show. These friends consist of Ash. Ash is a red-headed woman. In season 1, Sudden Death, that was the name of the villain in season 1. In season 2, it's Wild Card. Sudden Death put her in a spell, and she befriended Ash while under this spell. However, once Sudden Death was defeated, she grew to actually like Ish and became friends, like for real, genuinely. She's supposed to be the smart one of the group, but she just has the most insane one-liners I've ever heard in my life.
An earthquake in Ohio?
Marty is the golden retriever of the friend group.
Chargers stink. Browns rule. In your dreams, Marty.
Literally, no joke.
Hey, I gotta bounce. My mom's gonna kill me if I don't start mashing the potatoes.
Do us a solid and keep your moves on the field, not the dance floor.
Troy is an arrogant little asshole who thinks he's better than everyone because he plays football. He's good at football, but he's extremely stupid. He's basically the dumb jock trope manifested as an entity. I hate him. If this sounds personal, it's because it is. I went to school with a lot of Troys. I know exactly what type of people they are. Troy is my least favorite type of human. Tao is like Troy, but completely different in every way. He's also a jock, but unlike most jocks, he's smart and a good person, which is what Troy is not. Ricky is the weird one of the group.
Mr. Peterson, I'm a huge fan. Would you sign my, burrito?
I think that's better for eating.
Yeah, you haven't tasted it.
He's competitive due to having a not good father, but as the show goes on, he learns to relax and chill the out. The structure of the show is like Futurama, where Professor Farnsworth gives Fry and company their mission for the day. In NFL Rush Zone, RZ, who is an AI, artificial intelligence, gives the Guardians their mission for the day. It's usually occurring at one of the NFL stadiums, each of which has its own portal, so they can just teleport to any of the 32 NFL stadiums in the country, and they're all over the real stadiums. Then the Guardians go and they fight whatever enemy they need to fight for the day. Then they return and repeat the process every day. Now, what I'm about to tell you, this is a major spoiler, but do you really care? You weren't gonna watch it anyway, right? So RZ gives the Guardians their missions, and basically, while Ish is the team leader, this dude, RZ, just is the mastermind of the whole thing, okay? He's an AI. Where did he come from? Have you noticed that the villain, Wildcard, is like a robot dude? Okay, would it shock you if I told you that Wildcard is RZ's son? I have to hand it to the writers for a cartoon about football. This is one of the most interesting plot points I've ever seen. Wildcard and RZ used to both be human, and RZ was Wildcard's father. RZ didn't pay much attention to Wildcard because he was spending too much time on work. Oh, a neglectful parent. In an attempt to reconnect with his son, they decided to work together to make Wildcard the first ever Guardian. Oh my god, another plot twist. And this was so that Wildcard could protect the Megacore. The Megacore, by the way, I don't know if I've explained this yet. The show says that this is a not of this world item that gives the NFL its power. No joke. And during the Super Bowl, it's filled with more power than usual. This is so silly and over the top. I just love that they were able to take football and turn it into this insanity. So while setting up Wildcard to be a Guardian to protect the Megacore, it goes really, really wrong. An explosion happens, which not alives RZ, and Wildcard is badly injured, which I would assume is why he's a robot now. He's not a robot. He just has robot parts covering him. Whereas RZ was not alive, but was turned into an AI. And that's who the Guardians are working with, is an AI. These horrendous beings, according to Wikipedia, and I'm not making this up, the Rushers are a race of humanoid alien beings from a distant planet who bear some resemblance to an NFL team's logo. The Rushers were responsible for the creation of the NFL's 32 teams. These guys, they are alien beings who created the NFL's teams. It's so like over the top, it's insane. The show also has its own theme song made by these guys.
World without hope, a darkness falls for one and all. We can save the world together, we are strong. We are the Guardians.
But it takes itself a little too seriously. What I find super interesting about the show is the fans of the show. When I watched it, I found it to be painfully mediocre. It's not bad, but it's not good either. It's like a very middle of the ground type of cartoon. It's extremely cheesy. It has a lot of overused tropes, especially tropes about friendship and working together. The voice acting is good in some parts, but it's really bad in other parts, especially when the real football players voice their animated versions. The animation can be good, and it was much better in seasons 2 and 3 than it was in season 1, where it was not that great. So despite how mediocre some of the technical details of this cartoon are, it almost has a cult classic type of following. It seems like everyone on the internet who grew up with this show, they all love it. They love the hell out of it. Whenever a forum pops up and it asks what is the most forgotten about cartoon, what cartoon needs another season, NFL Rush Zone always comes up. People love this show, and it ended on a cliffhanger, unfortunately. So no one ever got closure. It's very unlikely we're gonna get another season of this. But if you look past some of the weird technical aspects of the show and the insane story, and you look at what the show is as a whole, it's a very positive and uplifting show. The message is very good. While it is cheesy and it is an overused trope, friendship and working together is a positive thing. And it's good that when people watch this, that's what they got out of it, it seems like. From the people who had a very fond memory of this in their childhood online, when they talk about this, that's the takeaway from the show. It has a good heart. When you work together through friendship, you can achieve anything, including subscribing and turning on notifications. Especially if you're a group of 11-year-olds with magical power armor, with the entire fate of the NFL and all of its future profits resting on your shoulders. Join my Patreon or become a channel member. Bye! I have been on a break from YouTube, and I explain what happened right here. If you're interested in hearing about that, click on that. I made a lot of mistakes in the past, but I'm owning up for them, and I hope that this video that you just watched was a good video. It's my first one since leaving, so I hope that it's all good. If you like it, let me know in the comments. I worked hard on it. It's been a long time since I've edited a YouTube video. Oh my god, I forgot how much work it is.